Hello and welcome to another episode of Crypto Funnel. We're here to help you shoot your Web3 project to the moon and beyond. My name is Julieta Ose and I shall be your host. Today we sit down with Luisa, an influence manager at Lunar Strategy, and we'll be delving into why influencers matter even in the world of Web3. Welcome, Luisa.
Thank you, Julieta. Thank you, everyone, for being listening to the episodes. Hope you enjoy it.
It's so lovely to have you here finally. We've been in discussion this for a while, and yeah, I'm really interested myself to hear a bit more about the whole influencer side of things. I think it's a really kind of cool part of the job, right?
Yes, I love to talk to people. So, it's the best of both worlds. You talk with a lot of people, and you also have the other jobbish part of a job. But if you love, I think you have to really love to talk to people and be open-minded with everything that people answer to you and all that stuff. So yeah.
So let's give you a little bit of space to introduce yourself to everyone listening. How, and maybe delve into how you got involved with Lunar Strategy to begin with and marketing in general.
So let's start maybe with marketing. I studied communication in media for my bachelor degree, and with that, the course itself, it's very broad. You can be from journalist to designer and stuff like that, but you can also be a marketeer. And I guess life took me a bit through marketing. I was not sure what I wanted to do, everything except journalism, please. So I had my doors open. And then when I did my internship at the end of my bachelor degree, I got more involved in project coordination, in marketing, with influencers also. So that took me to have more experience in this area. And this is how I actually started with Lunar. I started as a freelancer, helping Lunar to, or in this case, helping Jack, that already has been in the podcast as well, helping him get more people, scouting more people, and helping the projects as well in our clients. And so at a certain point, after a few months, they asked me to stay in the company, so I did. But the connection to crypto is kind of funny because my boyfriend was very into crypto and investing and all that stuff, and I was following his steps, but not as curious as he was. So when I started in Lunar as a freelancer, I had some, I knew some things, but maybe not enough to work in the area. So, you got to learn a lot. YouTube videos, very helpful as usual.
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of it. I think that was my my experience. Yeah, getting here.
So talking influencers, who, if anyone, would you say influences you?
So for my personal life per se, I choose to, I don't follow a lot of influencers, I'll be honest, because I really get influenced. So
You're not keeping up with the Kardashians?
Oh God, no, but no. I know when they are getting scandalous and all that stuff, but I'm not keeping up with the Kardashians for sure. On a personal level, I think I choose to be influenced by vegan people, actually, people more environmental friendly, stuff like that, because that's something that I really want to be influenced in. So again, I choose to follow them. But if we talk in the crypto world, I would say I'm going to be very cliche, but Crypto Wendy, mostly because she's a woman, and she was one of, I would say she's the first woman to be in the crypto world with a lot of success. So I think we always gotta support each other, to be honest. And I really in general, I really like the content. I think it's genuine. So yeah, so I choose to be influenced by her.
I'm not gonna lie, I have not heard of Crypto Wendy before. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. How is that possible?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a note to look into her. That's the thing.
I can give you her manager contact if you want. Just, I do have it actually.
Yeah,
but,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, yeah, it's a very male dominated
Yeah. World,
isn't it? And yeah, no, I personally haven't come across many females. So that would be really interesting to dive into. So yeah, thank you for that one. Crypto Wendy.
Yeah, of course.
That's a catchy name as well.
Yes. All of them have crypto in the name.
Yeah, well,
by the way, so
smart. Smart, push the SEO.
Yes, exactly. Smart move there.
There we go. I need to actually, throw crypto in my name probably. Blockchain Giulietta.
That would be incredible. On LinkedIn, that would be top tier.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think about that one. So, all right. So you told us a bit about how you got involved with Lunar Strategy. Day to day, what does your working day look like in relation to dealing with influencers and getting them to discuss these incredible projects? Yeah.
So I would say 98% of my days I send a lot of emails. So this is something that even if it takes not much time, because we have tools that help us with making the process more automated and stuff like that. There's always someone somewhere to be emailed at or even DM'd, because we also use DMs on Twitter and Instagram. But at least all my days I spend sending emails and answering to influencers, answering to questions. And so that's why I mentioned you need to love to talk to people, because you are always in contact with people, and you are always or you need to always be available to answer to them, and to all their questions they have, you need to be available. But apart from the emailing process, I would say that I spend a lot of time also scouting the profiles that we think would fit the best for our clients, because we have a huge network. We have a lot of people that we can use for our clients, but of course, if we have a new client and we think that maybe there are some other kind of profiles that would fit also in the project, we of course search for them. So that is also a huge part of my day, a lot of hours, it's a time consuming task to find people, even though we have also tools to check everything. It's time consuming. And I would say the remaining part would be like closing deals, so again, communication and making sure everything is aligned with the clients, because especially with content creation, we need to make sure that every single word is aligned with what the client defends and what the client values. So I would say those are my main tasks for sure. Yeah.
So you touched there on scouting for influencers via platforms, and you touched on Instagram and Twitter. Now, are they the main ones you would say that are used to scout influencers? Are there other platforms that work well for you?
I would say I scout the most on YouTube for sure, and then Twitter.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and Twitter would take the second place. So those are the two main platforms that we use also to promote influencers, because crypto influencers are mostly based on those two platforms. For example, Instagram, that is very commonly used for other kind of influencers, it's not so much used on the crypto worlds. I would say even TikTok is more used than Instagram, for example.
Yeah, totally
Just
agree.
to give an idea. Yeah.
I think a lot of people haven't realized that yet, though.
TikTok is a whole new world with crypto. It's just like the content creation that we are used to see, 1 minute talking about something really fast, really simple. They do the same for crypto projects, and they analyze charts in like 30 seconds. So it's a whole new world of content creation.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's really great. So obviously I'm sure these like influencers are being flooded with messages day by day by day. How do you stick out? How do you get them to respond to you?
I would say there are a few things that help you sticking out. Obviously, as you mentioned, they get flooded by emails. So what we start by doing is obviously the subject, because that's the first thing that you see when you open your mailbox. So we try to make it catchy, for example, with a question, or like making really trying for the influencer to be curious to open the email. So we start by there, and then obviously in the main part of the email, we need to brief who we are. We need to brief a bit on the client, and that can be a bit boring. So what we do to help is already add the websites, because that's obviously a major part of the outreach. Let them know the website of the client. And the other thing that we do is to create what we call an intro briefing. So these intro briefings, like the name says, they brief the client. So this is something that we prepare, a PDF presentation style with key info from the client, for example, features, tokenomics, if it's a game, the gameplay. So they get all the information gathered in that 5-slide PDF, and they can read through the PDF quickly, rather than going to the website, for example. So that is also the other stuff that we do. And apart from that, we do follow-ups. And this is one of the points that we have automated tools to help us. Otherwise, we would spend hours and hours following up with influencers. So we do 2 follow-ups, just making sure, like, have you seen our email? We would love to collaborate with you. Please let me know if you got this, something like that. So this is what we do, trying to stand out. Again, if they don't like the project, they might not answer to us. So it also depends on them and on their team, in case they have
Of
one.
course. Yeah. No, I think that will help a lot of people out seeking influencers for sure. Why influencers? Why are they key towards building a successful Web3 marketing strategy, would you say?
I would say, if you grabbed my experience when you asked me, like, what are my influencers that I follow, I would say it's exactly the same thing that I was saying. You follow a certain people because they are key leaders, because you like how they think, because maybe they follow the same projects that you follow, and you want to get key info about that or from that influencer. Why are influencers needed? Is because their followers and their community are very active and are eager to know more about the projects, to know more about, for example, new projects, new coins, new games, how to play a game. Is it new? What is it? Why is it different? So they are influenced. That's really what it means, and that's why influencer marketing in general, I think it's needed. It's really because you can get to a lot of people with one collaboration, because if the influencer has an active community engaging, they will eventually see your project, and part of them will eventually be converted to like your project and to follow your project. So that is why influencer marketing is key, I would say. Yeah.
And I'm sure it's also key to have the right influencer for the right project.
Yeah.
So how do you go about that? How do you know that it's going to be the right fit?
So firstly, I would say that we vet the influencers, but the client also vets the influencers. So this part, we already exclude the ones that they think don't follow, perhaps their, like, let's say, mission and values. If they see something that they say, no, we don't like to be associated with this, we don't do it. Like we will not collab with them. But also, I said previously, we tried to our best find influencers that are really connected to the project. So I'm going to give a very explicit example. We have one client that is in the Cosmos ecosystem, and we didn't have a lot of network related to Cosmos. In what we did, because it's an essential part of this client's project, is to scout more on the Cosmos ecosystem. How many influencers are there talking about Cosmos ecosystem? What are they saying? How are they saying it? Are they do we think this is the way that the client would be like to be talked about? So this is kind of the process. You have to be very involved in the project itself to be aware of its needs, even, so that you can be able to find the right influencers. Yeah.
And I'm sure as well, yeah, like with all the points you've mentioned, it's a stressful job. You're dealing with a lot of people in between the clients and the influencers. So what would you say are some main like issues that come with influencer marketing? And how could you also avoid these? And the people listening, how could they avoid these?
I would say the main problem is the answers, actually, because let's say even with the normal influencer marketing, you usually need answers at maximum 1 week. So you need to have answers, and the influencers, they are either, I don't know if they are spammed so much that they don't have the time to open my emails. I don't know if they don't open their email that often. We need answers like fast, especially in the crypto world, when we need to make content as soon as possible, because the market might change, something might change. We need to make the content as soon as possible. And this lack of answers really is not good, actually. So to avoid this, I always try to be the most fast answering as well, just for them to, understand that I'm here now. If you need me, tell me, So I really try to answer to them as fast as I can. And again, the follow-ups we do help a lot as well. So I would say really that is the main issue with influencer marketing. It's the answers, or the lack of them. Let's say it like that. The lack of them.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes total sense. And in relation to the actual like project owners themselves, what would you say are some points that they should take into consideration when they're seeking influencers?
Okay, so I would say really that it's making sure, again, that even the feel. I think some clients go with the feel of an influencer. If you see if I would be running a project, and if I would see an influencer that has done some kind of comment, some kind of post, whatever it was, some kind of story on Instagram that was not aligned with my values, I would automatically say, no, this is a no. But on the contrary, if I would see an influencer that is also always posting content that is very connected to my project somehow, let's say it like that. So a lot of gaming, a lot of play to earn gaming, for example. So it's really connected to your project. And if you use, for example, the right hashtags, all that stuff. So if I would see those, I would say green flag. So really the projects or the clients should be looking for that. I would say it's mostly a feeling as well. If they feel the connection, that the influencer would be good for it, how they explain the project in a video, for example. They might not like how the person exposes and talks about the project. So we do the other part, which is like checking views, checking comments, seeing the growth, seeing everything else. And I would say, like, with the client, it's really aligned with the mission, with the values, with the feeling. But you can always look into the other more factual things, I would say, of course.
Oh, that's wonderful advice. I think we've managed to get some really, really good information out of you,
I
Luisa. Is
hope
there anything
so.
else? No, absolutely. Like even I have like such a broader understanding of all of this. Is there anything that you want to throw out that you feel like you haven't said that you think will come in handy for the people listening?
Yeah, actually, I would say don't be afraid to use tools. I know some people really like to do it manually, checking the views, checking how many they have in 1 week, in 1 month. But really, it is really time consuming, checking everything, making sure everything is fine. So really don't be afraid to use tools. There are so many tools to check growth of influencers, of channels, of everything. Don't be afraid to use it. And the other advice that I would give is to have a master document. It really saves you your life. It will save your life to have every single thing in one document. Email, notes, price, channel, other social media they have, their price, what is their CPM, what is their geographics, everything in one place. So when you need to check one influencer on, when you need to check a statistic or everything or anything else, you have everything there and not like in a lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah,
So I would say
master
those are
documents for the
my,
win.
yes, we don't like to have a lot of documents. At least
Yeah.
I don't like to.
Oh, awesome. Oh, it's been so nice chatting to you, Luisa. Let us know where we can find you.
Ooh, okay. So I'm everywhere. As the Gen Z I am, I'm everywhere. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. But I would say to follow me for more crypto related content, I would say to follow me on Twitter and on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, obviously, I'm Luisa Jacinto. In Twitter is at Luisa_MSJ. So go follow me.
Yes, everyone, please go follow Luisa. Thank you so much for your time and for your expertise.
Thank you for having me, Giulietto.
And thank you for everyone who's been listening. If you would like some more information about Lunar Strategy, visit lunarstrategy.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And please leave us a review on Spotify if you enjoyed this. It really helps us out. And share it with someone you think will find it of use. Till next time.